Have you ever wanted to be rich or famous? Well, I'm here today to introduce you to who TMZ.com claims to be thrill-seeking, carefree, and money-crazed of a man, Dan Blitz Bilzerian. We will prepare to step into the lavish, flashy lifestyle of a millionaire and the creation of the Blitz, how it came about. So this is Dan Bilzerian. His early life, Dan Bilzerian was born and raised in Tampa Bay, Florida, and he grew up really privileged and very wealthy. And his family owned a 44,000 square foot mansion with 5 private jets. So I wouldn't mind having some of those. Later in his childhood, his father was sentenced to prison on stock and tax fraud charges. So it was too good to be true. And his father's imprisonment had a great deal of impact on him as a kid, and he was expelled from 2 high schools and was forced to move to Utah to go to a military school. And during school, he brought his dad's M16 to school on school grounds. And long story short, he got in a lot of trouble, and he was asked to never return to Utah again. So I'm pretty sure he's been there since for vacations and stuff like that. But later on in his life, he attended the University of Florida, where he majored in business and criminology. It was at Florida where he developed the love and skill of poker, and he just went on and just did a lot of crazy stuff. That's what college is for. And then at some point in college, during a 5-day span of partying on a vacation, where he only slept for about like 4 hours, he experienced two heart attacks within like a short amount of time, and it was due to the amount of stress and illegal substances that he'd been taking and all the drinks and alcohol. So that's a bad combination right there. That's pretty much his early life. His profession is he self-claimed to be a capitalist, and according to GQ magazine, he described himself as a venture capitalist by making investments into small businesses, his friends, and he served in the Navy for 4 years and completed 510 days of Navy SEAL training, but was honorably discharged for safety violations 2 days before his graduations for the Navy SEALs. And then, so a short time after that, he got involved in poker, and the story behind it is his time at Florida, he went broke from gambling so much, so he sold the guns that he had, made $750. He took that $750 and flew to Vegas, turned that $750 into $10,000, and turned that $10,000 into $870+ million, and that's where he just grew the love of poker and gambling, and he just never looked back. And then today, Dan is involved with in the high-stake poker scene. He often holds private events where the rich and famous and celebrities are popular guests on the invitation list, and these poker games deal with millions and millions of dollars in the pots. And then recently he's aspired to be an actor. He's appeared in movies such as Lone Survivor, The Equalizer, starring Denzel Washington, and then Olympus Has Fallen. So he's a movie star as well, not just a poker player. And then he's known in the poker scene as a relentless, tenacious gambler, and he just never gives up, and he's always just making big bets, millions of dollars, and he bets on actions such as cliff jumping. He jumped off a 90-foot cliff for a bet. He swam through alligator-infested lakes for bets, and the most recent bet that he won was with his lawyer about a drag race between his Cobra and a Ferrari, and he ended up actually winning, so it was a total of $800,000 for a drag race. So, and then, that's it for his professions. And then for social media, he's very active on Twitter and Instagram. He's actually labeled by GQ magazine as the king of Instagram. And he currently, today, has 16 million followers on Instagram. Go give him a follow if you'd like. And he's his photos and videos consist of just extreme sports all around the world, his travels all around the world, such as MMA, scuba diving, mountain biking, snowmobiling, and racing cars. And then he's continuously adding 20 plus followers daily. And then and then he's just very active. He's well respected. Like everyone just, this is the man you would like to be. And then here's just a couple photos through his life that he's at concerts. There's him in Lone Survivor on set. That's not him with the Navy SEALs or anything. And he's just very lavish, flashy lifestyle. And then here's a picture of his bank accounts from a winning of a poker game, and you can see there's a transfer pending for $10 million. And that's just outrageous, just easy money. And then status updates. In the news today, there was a bet that fellow poker player Bill Perkins made with Dan Bilzerian that if he rode a bike from his home in LA to a hotel in Las Vegas in less than 48 hours, then that he would win a total of $1.2 million. So that bet is on the line, and Lance Armstrong is helping him prepare for that bet, and that bet should be completed sometime in late March. So that should be in the news. That would be pretty interesting to look about. In a shared link, here's an example of a label of Dan Bilzerian's actions as a venture capitalist. In this picture, you can see his friend playing a game of poker, and then behind, I don't think you can see it really well, but he's in the audience looking on. And the story behind this is that he invested $2,000 to buy the buy-in for his friend, which his friend ended up winning second place with the prize of like $7 million. So he ended up winning a share of that, which was $1 million. So he invested $2,000 and ended up with $1 million. That's just very easy cash for him, and he's just continuing to make money, just more and more. And then his net worth right now is probably around, he claims it to be around $100 million, and I would expect that to be still increasing. And then, all in all, Dan Bilzerian stresses that money gives you freedom and money gives you power, and the reason for all his outlandish and flashy lifestyle posts are because he wants to document his life, and throughout his life he didn't really document that before, and he likes all the positive feedback that he's been getting from social media and all that attention, and he's just really stresses that money gives you power and freedom, and he just wants that free caregiving attitude, and he has comparisons to Hugh Hefner and Bruce Wayne-like personas, and so he just wants people to go out there and just live life, and that's kind of how I would like to live my life, but sadly not. So, yep, there's Dan Bilzerian, millionaire, poker player.